All right, guys, so today on the channel we have an F90 M5, and it is actually the owner of Titan Chemistry. You guys saw last week, he sent me the car wash products, and I did the video on that, and he just had to come here to tell me I did a terrible job. So we're going to do a car wash video, and he's going to show me how to do it properly. No, I'm just kidding. But he's here to show his car and show some new products that...
Well, no, really, I think, Royce, I appreciate you having me out here. I definitely want to introduce you to some of the more advanced product that we have, whether it's the ceramic infused soap or some of the ceramic max sprays. But I thought this would be a great opportunity to talk about the F90, the spec, and kind of just collaborate on content. So this F90 is a 21 LCI competition. It has the Tanzanite blue exterior with the Silverstone extended interior.
So this color, I'm really into like individual specs. Is the Tanzanite an individual color on the F90?
No, actually, I think
it's a standard color.
It's a serial production color.
So it's like a darker color, but you guys can see now in the lighting, you get that nice blue metallic flake. It's like very sophisticated color while also looking sporty at the same time. So you'll see from this angle, it almost looks black, and then you get to this part and you get that nice blue pop, right?
Correct. And I think what's nice is from daytime to nighttime transitioning, it kind of brings out two personalities of the car. So when you have situations like the X3M versus the G80, even though there's a lot of similarities there, the setup for the ride handling has to be completely different, and that's why you'll have those variations between platforms on why one might send a shock through your spine and one feels very planted and soft.
Let's go over modifications you've done to the car. So still stock height for now, correct?
Correct, still stock height.
Spacers?
So I did do spacers. Originally I went with Dynon spacers. However, I did change from those to Berger
BMS.
to BMS, only because of what I like Dynon. I've always found their quality, their products superior. However, on their spacers, they weren't necessarily hub-centric, which I was quite shocked to find, and there was a little bit of vibration at high speeds. So I immediately ditched those and went to the BMS ones that are hub-centric, and they feel well planted. 10 millimeters in the front, 8 millimeters in the rear. Generally, from reading on the forums and what other people have done on their setups, they found that to be a good compromise between perfect fitment and still not destroying the OEM handling characteristics. And performance side skirts. Didn't go with the carbon, just went with the
looks like a flat black.
The satin black, mostly because as we did spaced out the wheels, rock chips does become a big issue.
You have the mud flaps.
I&D mud flaps to capture as much as you can.
Let's see. Nice. And right now, I just want to get a shot of the paint, because right now from this angle, the blue looks really, really nice. Like if you stand here.
It also has a little bit of Titan Chemistry hybrid detailer on it as well to kind of bring.
So I wanted to mention to you guys, Jason, like I said, is the owner of Titan Chemistry. He's a mechanical engineer.
So one of my partners, he's a chemical engineer, brought him on board. And as a mechanical engineer, I plugged in very much into the automotive world. I've been working in Detroit for about 15 years within the automotive world.
Jason's very into chemistry and the detail that goes into making the products. We're going to get into the products themselves later, but first we're going to go for a ride, get some exhaust videos, because there's one mod you haven't mentioned yet. Let's get rear shot. So what do we have back here?
So we do have the Dynon axle back exhaust, right? So it is basically a switch path exhaust, and I also have the Dynon X pipe.
Down pipes or no?
No down pipes, actually stock. So I did have a pre-LCI F90 a few years ago, and I did an AWE full catback exhaust, and then I did Evolution Raceworks secondary down pipes, and that was an awesome setup.
Too loud?
No, it wasn't necessarily too. Well, it all depends on taste.
Yeah.
That was pre-marriage. Now post-marriage, I have to get something maybe a little bit more subtle. But I find this to be quite perfect for a setup like an M5, right? The recipe for an M5 is 4 doors, lots of leg room, and this will be extremely fast.
So you get kind of like an all-in-one package. So
exactly.
You have like a family car that sounds good, that's fast. So don't leave the video just yet. We're gonna get some exhaust clips, go for a ride, And I think this is going to sound a lot better than some of the G80s we've had on this channel, just because we're going to have a twin turbo V8. What's the motor?
It's the S63.
So it's the S63 with a twin turbo V8. We're going to get that deep growl with the turbo sounds. All right, and again, before we go for a ride, let's just take a look at the inside, the interior. So this is the Silverstone interior, which is the same color that also comes on the G80. And the F90, the trim, the carbon trim is more of like a flat finish, whereas on the G80 it's the gloss.
Correct. So it's a little bit more of a satin, and then on the G80 you do have that gloss carbon.
All right, guys. So now we're gonna get into the fun part. We're gonna go for a ride and get some exhaust clips.
You'll see. It's like ridiculously insulated. Kind of get low.
I haven't been in an F90 before.
Really?
Yeah, but just sitting in here, the seats are very, very comfortable.
It is.
I could feel that they're wider than the G80 already.
Yeah, they def.
And then I just noticed it's Alcantara, the whole headliner.
Yep.
Is like that, right?
Yep.
Nice little detail.
Yeah. So I think like a lot of nice little details between like the G80 and F90 is like, for example, on the seat, right? The leg bolsters,
Yeah.
you know, those are electric.
Oh, nice.
Versus I think on the G80 they're manual.
Yeah, they're
right?
manual. So how do you put them?
There's the.
Oh, I see.
Or even
Electric leg bolsters.
Or even like
that
smaller
comfort.
details. There's under the seat. There's this plastic shield that prevents stuff from rolling under the seat.
Oh, that's convenient.
Where the G80 is kind of open and you
Yeah.
lose a water bottle.
Water
and different
bottle
things.
goes under it and gets stuck. Make a right here.
Right.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, when you do the dyno resonator delete, it does kind of add the burp a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like super obnoxious burples, but maybe just a little bit, you know. What's the speed limit here? 40.
There's not really a limit. This is like, people treat this street here like it's a drag strip because there's no turns or anything.
Oh yeah.
And that's the back of my house actually over
Oh,
here.
perfect.
So I hear race cars all the time. Luckily I have like the impact windows, so it kind of deadens the
Muffles
sound.
it out, yeah.
Sounds good.
The F90, it definitely does sound good. It has that unique sound for a overhead cam V8 that's force induced.
I've heard these with downpipes and it sounds
They sound
insane. You get that nice turbo spool and
absolutely, like I
that
said,
gurgle.
yeah, my previous F90 had the Evolution Raceworks secondary downpipes, and even just with that and the AWE exhaust, you can really hear those, you know, the turbo spool.
All right, so we're gonna drive down to over there, and then I'll get out and we'll do a little rev so we get the exhaust from the outside.
Sounds good.
Go ahead. That sounds really, really good. Now I'm gonna put the mic on the back of the car and we're gonna drive around. So we're not gonna have talking for the next minute or two of the video. So enjoy the F90 exhaust sound. so what did you guys think of the M5 exhaust sound? I just played back the video, and I think it sounds way better than my G80 does. And those with G80s, you don't get that high pitch rasp. You get that nice deep V8 grumble with the turbo sounds. I want to thank Jason for letting us go for a ride right now. You guys can't really tell. Maybe you guys can tell from the clips I got before I put the mic on the outside, but when you're sitting in here, the car sounds pretty quiet. The F90 has very good sound deadening, which is good if you want a luxury car, because you don't want it to be, super loud inside. But when we put the mic on the outside, like, it sounds like a straight race car. So the difference from sitting inside to actually hearing what the car sounds like from the outside is like another world. Go straight, yeah.
Florida driving, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
This guy's like
God, what
running
the
the
hell?
stop sign, unreal. And those of you speccing a G80, make sure you get the parking package, because I didn't get the parking package, and I really missed out on having the overhead view. I have the rear camera, obviously, but I don't have the front camera, so it makes it tough when I'm pulling into spaces.
And what's also an interesting thing, let me just shut this down real quick, is...
Oh, you get that, like, third-person view, 3D view. That in real video, this is all AI. We're actually not even real people.
Classic.
That was a very fun drive.
Yeah.
You know what? My brother has an X5M, and I got to say that it feels almost identical to being in the X5, besides the feeling of being lower, but the seats and the overall interior is pretty much the same.
Sure. Well, the difference between the X5M or the X6M, the M5, the M8 is the engine is the same.
Right.
The M8 has different seats, but the X6, the X5, the M5, the seats are identical. A lot of the setup is very similar.
I back my car out now. We'll get Jason's now being the director of the video. I'm just kidding, but we can get some exhaust clips, or at least the cold startup. We have we're taking a little break for Doodle Pets. Somebody got a bad haircut. Don't make fun of her.
She's so adorable.
All right, guys. So Jason's gonna go over some products that he has here that you might have not seen in my other video because he didn't send them to me. So you guys saw the wheel cleaner that I used, worked amazing, and then he has a bunch of other ones on here. He's gonna go through something specific for your car. This might help you out. And then I'm gonna also put the discount code you gave me to put in, which I think is 20% off, right?
Yeah.
50 Shades 20. So again, if you guys like anything you see here and you want to buy it, use that code. That'll give you that 20% off. So good value.
Perfect. Actually,
So
I think we are also running a special right now for first-time buyers. Clean 25 is a discount code for 25% off on your first order.
All right, so forget what I said. Screw my code. It's worthless. Clean 25. But how long does that run for?
So I think right now it's valid for to end of this month.
Okay, so we might get more views after. So if Clean 25 doesn't work, use 50 Shades 20, and that'll give you 20%.
Absolutely. So what I want to talk to you about today is for the soaps that we offer. So as you've seen from the previous video, the Extreme Foam soap was used, right? This Extreme Foam soap is basically essentially a pH balanced soap, has a lot of lubricity, a lot of high foaming properties to it, strong surfactants to suspend and lift the dirt. Now this is kind of more of your, hey, everyday soap. Now there are 3 other soaps that I want to talk about that you might find interesting. The first one is the ceramic wash. So this is actually a ceramic infused wash. So the difference between the Extreme Foam and this is this does have the SiO2 properties inside. So as you're washing the vehicle, you will actually feel a much stronger lubricity.
So when you say Si2, that's the main component of a ceramic coating, correct?
Correct. That's correct. So as you're washing it is depositing a small level or small layer of the ceramic onto the surface of the vehicle. So if your vehicle is ceramic coated, or if you have, say, a ceramic sealant on the surface, this will help rejuvenate that surface and extend the life of, say, a ceramic coating.
So this is what you would want to use if your car is ceramic coated. This is the soap you would recommend to use.
Correct.
With the ceramic coating.
Correct.
Or is this, if you're not ceramic coated, you should also use this?
If you're not ceramic coated, you can still use this, and it will deposit a layer of protection. If you are ceramic coated, it will help rejuvenate that ceramic coating. The only thing just to be mindful of is there are other ceramic washes that are on the market. Ceramic soaps tend to not have as much high foaming properties as, say, regular soaps. So if your vehicle is heavily contaminated with a lot of debris or atmospheric fallout, definitely should probably clean with an extreme foam just to make sure that you don't put any swirl marks or any scratches into the paint during the washing process.
So basically, if your car is filthy, even though it's ceramic coated, you want to use this first because it's going to break down that dirt and grime.
Correct.
And then for more of like the maintenance washes, this is the soap to go with.
That's correct.
Okay, so can I steal this and swap my extreme foam?
Absolutely.
And I want to apologize. In the other video, I said that this wasn't foaming well, and then if you actually stayed along in the video, I realized that I didn't put enough of the actual product in the foam cannon, and then it started foaming.
And I also see you didn't shake the foam cannon after mixing of water, and that's why I'm here. I had to immediately come in.
Yeah, so again, Jason's here because I did a terrible job washing the car, so the owner of the company had to show up. He flew from across the country. No, I'm just kidding. He lives close by, so it worked out in the last two.
And these two here, so this is a wash and wax, right? And what motivated us to bring this product into the market and why we developed it is we did a lot of testing with a lot of other wash and waxes that are available, and what we find is a lot of what you see in the market is not actually a true wash and wax. So this, for example, is blended with a Caranuba blend, right? So there is actually a Caranuba wax that takes place within this formula. So as you're washing, as you're cleaning the surface, it is depositing a little bit of wax onto the surface. So great for gloss enhancement, great for adding a little bit of protective shine. A lot of us are old school. We don't like ceramics, we don't like graphene products. We prefer just the good old wax method. Great wash for whether the vehicle is super contaminated, super dirty, or you just want to do a maintenance wash. Phenomenal product. As you can see here, in our 1 gallon option, you can actually see
the separation.
You can see the separation of the actual wax from the soap components, right? But you give it...
So no gimmicks here. You guys can actually see that there are those two products. You have the Caranuba wax, you said, with the wash mixed together.
Correct. And if it's been sitting for a little bit, you give it a little shake, it becomes a homogeneous mixture right away. And then, so you can, the separation of those materials is evident.
Guys, just shake it and it'll work.
Exactly. So that's why it says shake well. Don't forget to shake.
Sorry, so I messed up again in my washing. Let's switch to the other side just because.
The lane's better.
So background improvement. We went from this old Honda and now we have the G80 in the background. Don't focus too much on it. We're going to continue going over the products.
Correct.
So we went through the extreme foam, ceramic wash, wash and wax, and now we're on this one, which is...
Correct. So this is our square one soap. Think of it as, hey, we're going back to square one. It is a higher pH soap, but its purpose is as a stripping soap, right? So say once a year when you want to give a fresh layer of sealant onto the car, or if you want to, restart the paint back to its clear coat, so you remove any waxes, any sealers, this square one soap will do that, right? It will remove any contaminants, but it'll also remove any waxes and sealers, bring it back down to the clear coat, so you can prepare the surface whether you want to...
So this is kind of like a product for prepping for ceramic coating.
Correct. Generally when you prep for ceramic coat, in which case you'll use a stripping soap, and then you'll clay bar the paint, you'll do any paint corrections that's needed, and then you apply your ceramic coating.
So let's get to what people are probably thinking. They're probably thinking, hey, why can't I just use a dish soap to do that? Because a lot of people use dish soap to strip the surface. So why is this product better than...
Correct. So dish soap is a very common practice. The difference between a dish soap and a specifically formulated stripping soap, dish soap will have a lot of the surfactants that will break down that oil and any waxes, any greases. However, you do need something that makes it a little bit more aggressive in order to really make sure that you decontaminate the surface.
So if you're using dish soap, correct me if I'm wrong, it might be stripping the surface but not doing it as good of a job as this might do.
Correct. So you have to remember, dish soap is a very gentle product, right? It's very good at breaking down oils and greases, But
They use it on ducks.
Exactly. When there's an oil spill on the coastline, what do they wash the ducks that contaminate oil? Dish soap.
Then you take me by the hand.
It's very gentle on organic material, but very tough on oils and greases. However, automotive paint, you have a lot of atmospheric fallout that happens, whether it's tree sap or.
Let's get a closer shot of some atmospheric fallout here. I don't know where I parked. I guess this is pollen, but something like this is the reason why you'd want to use the stronger stripping soap.
Okay. Well, so I think something like this, definitely extreme foam or one of the other soaps will.
But if you're ceramic, let's say my car wasn't ceramic coated and we walk out and it looks like this, you want to use something like this first, correct?
Correct. This will definitely be more helpful in preparing that surface. But again, this will strip everything down to the clear coat, and it won't leave any protection behind. Ceramic wash, better protection. Wash and wax, better gloss enhancement. Extreme foam, irregular maintenance. And then the square one, of course.
Does this last longer, this silicone dioxide on the paint versus the Carnauba? If you wash one versus the other, this will last longer?
Correct, absolutely.
So what if somebody washes with this first, and then the next wash they use this? So the way I'm sure other people are thinking, and the way I'm thinking is like, if I use this, I'm putting that longer lasting protection on it, and then the next wash, I want to have it looking better, so I'm going to use this, so I'm protected for longer, but then I want that shine on my next wash, so I kind of combine these two together.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is a great way to do it. So basically, if you'll have that protection, and you also have that gloss enhancement.
Okay.
So if you do both products, whether say you wash ceramic wash, product on this hybrid detailer, basically it's a quick detail spray that does have that ceramic component into it. So after you wash your vehicle and you dry it, you spray it on, you wipe it, you buff it out. It is depositing a little bit of ceramic. So if your car is ceramic coated, it's going to help further protect that ceramic coating and increase the lifespan. If it's not ceramic coated, it's going to protect that paint and provide a little bit of hydrophobic properties where water and contamination will be less likely to stick. Now, what's very interesting about this detail spray is it does have that ceramic component into it, but it also does have the gloss enhancers and the UV inhibitors. So as you noticed, when you put it on your vehicle in the last video, that deep wet gloss came out, and that's really from the gloss enhancers within the spray. If you're washing a car on the weekend and you get a car show this weekend, or you want to make the wife's car shine a little bit better, awesome product for a quick detail on the exterior. Really bring out that color, add a little bit of protection. Easy product to work with.
I really enjoyed this one. And then we have this one, which I didn't receive, so I didn't use it. This one is a Ceramic Max. Is it like the hybrid detailer?
Correct. So this is very similar to the hybrid detailer. However, it is definitely a step above the hybrid detailer in terms of protection. The Ceramic Max is essentially a ceramic sealant, right? The formulation is basically as strong as you can go before you have to venture into ceramic coatings technologies. The ceramic spray, after you wash the car, you apply the spray, buff it right out. This product will give you a ceramic protection for about 12 months before you notice any kind of deterioration from the spray. It's a phenomenal sealant.
So is this a replacement for ceramic coating, basically? You're saying it lasts a whole year?
It will last about 12 months. From the testing we've seen, from the testing that we've done, both in-house and what we've done on sample panels and real-world applications, 12 months protection. This is not necessarily a replacement for ceramic coatings, because now that is the next level in terms of protection, but this is about as strong as you can go before you go into ceramic coatings. Max is essentially, hey, I don't want to do a ceramic coating because it involves a lot more work or something I'm not knowledgeable.
Paint correction, you don't need to do paint correction with
Correct,
this.
you don't have to do a paint correction. The ideal pairing with this will be the square one stripping soap, right? You use the soap, it brings the car back down to the clear coat, it cleans the surface well enough where you come in with the Ceramic Max, you apply it, your paint will be protected for 12 months. You'll see that water bead right off, right? Painted surfaces, carbon fiber, even glass to some extent, wheels, any exterior surface on the vehicle. It's a great product.
You guys would be crazy not to buy Titan Chemistry products. What other company do you get products and then the owner comes to your house to wash your car? So,
Not many.
yeah, so Jason Jason's here. We're gonna clean my car with the product we just showed you.
Yeah.
And
So I think today we're going to demonstrate the ceramic wash, right?
Okay.
The ceramic infused soap, which is great because in this case, this beautiful G80 does have a ceramic coating on it. By using the ceramic wash as the main soap, you will be rejuvenating and further protecting the ceramic coating, extending the life of it.
I'm gonna clean the wheels with the wheel cleaner. In my other video, I had a closer shots of actually using this product and how well it works. I love it because I don't have to agitate the surface at all. I'm just spraying and then letting it sit for a couple minutes and then hitting it with the pressure cleaner, and that's it. And no agitation, just the spray and then pressure washer. Two minutes or less, and we're done with two wheels. Good value.
So the important thing we need to note on this wheel cleaner is that it is a true safe for all wheel type cleaner. A lot of wheel cleaners out in the market will have a high pH of greater than 13, which is very aggressive. It will definitely clean wheels, but you'll also be cleaning a lot more than just the wheel. You're going to be removing, damaging the surface, etching uncoated raw aluminum, whereas this wheel cleaner is designed to be safe and effective for all wheel surfaces. So in this case, of these beautiful BBS forged rims, you should have full confidence in the material you're applying onto the wheel. In this case, Titan Chemistry's non-acid wheel cleaner is the perfect solution.
All right, so if you guys spend $100 on his site, he will personally come to your house and wash your car. I'm just kidding. So
Anywhere within the lower 48.
yeah, no Hawaii, no Alaska, no international.
Yeah.
So
No.
okay, so what do we have here?
But now what we're going to demonstrate is the ceramic wash. We're going to show just how effective it works at cleaning, but also rejuvenating any ceramic coating on the car or providing protection on the car. So in this case, we'll add a few ounces to the paint. To our water bucket. That was maybe a little bit more than I wanted, but it's all right.
It's okay, we got some more.
And then we're going to put a few ounces into the foam cannon. Right? What is important to note about ceramic infused soaps is that they don't tend to foam up as high as a traditional foaming soap. But I think with this MJC foam cannon, we're going to put this to the test and see what kind of foaming capability we can get with this ceramic soap. So let's give that a try. Let's agitate our bucket, activate the soap.
Damn, that was pro. I don't think I've ever filled a bucket that cool.
The soap is now activated. And we're going to start by always pre-rinse the vehicle, get any contaminants off the vehicle before you actually start soaping and using your wash mitt. You'll find when you drag the wash mitt over the wash mitt that has a ceramic soap on it over the surface, you'll find that it glides.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're washing an ice rink. Just a good shake. Just out of curiosity real quick, I want to see what it's going to do.
Oh, that's a nice foam. So we foamed up the car and we're gonna do a little more foam on the top.
We smell to it. So kind of very gentle, straight lines. Even for a ceramic soap, you can kind of see the foaming properties.
You have your own towel on your site?
No, so we'll be releasing hardware probably about Q3 this year. So right now we are doing designs and studying on towels, microfibers, buckets, different things. But as we start with this initial launch, we are focusing mostly on the chemistry behind things. But if you stay tuned, probably by end of this year, we'll have a line of hardware for detailers.
This one's drying pretty nicely. We're
Yeah.
not going to shout out who it is, but looks pretty good.
Actually, this one is a generic,
From
non-branded.
China?
This one might be from China.
China.
But
the tanzanite blue. You know, it looks dark, and then when the sun hits it, you get that nice blue. And it's kind of similar to my green in that way, where certain angles, it'll look, you know, darker if the sun's not hitting it directly, and then you'll look at another part and you get that nice green.
Yeah, that nicely done. Good taste in the mods.
Yeah, I got a new front grille coming soon from my carbon people, so we'll do a video on, you know, when I get that installed. Jason washed my car, and now I think he might be getting another G80.
I'm ready for a G80 again.
Was yours X-Drive that you had
No,
before?
no, it was comp. Just
2021?
It was a 21. Yeah, I bought it in 22.
Yeah, they actually didn't. The 21 year model year didn't have a X-Drive. It didn't come out till 2022.
Well, if maybe Mercedes AMG finally figures out what they want
I
to do
know.
with
I
their
don't know what's going
development,
on with them.
we'll have some more
We
options.
need competition.
Yeah.
Like all the Audi, like
There's no competition.
it's not fun being the best, because then, you know, the company starts to get lazy. So that's it for this video. I want to thank Jason for coming out here, talking about his company, and then also bringing his F90, getting some content with that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the exhaust videos and the overview of the car. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Do you like the F90 better, or do you prefer the G80?
And Royce, I want to thank you for allowing me to come and give me the opportunity to explain to you and your audience, you know, some more about our products, about ourselves. I had a great time looking at the beautiful G80. We had a fun time in the F90. I just want to say thank you.
All right, and then I'm gonna link his website, his Instagram. I'm gonna put my code, which again, I don't get any commission from. It's just marketing for Titan Chemistry. And then I'm also gonna put, what's the new code?
Clean 25.
So Clean 25 is gonna give you 25% off, but only until the end of February,
for your first purchase, and then you can continue to use your code for that 20%
Okay, so
off.
you guys won't have many days from when you see the video, because today's February 22nd, I believe. And by the time I post this video, it's going to be like the 25th, so you'll have a few days to get that 25% off. So again, 25% off. Use it when you can, or use it as long as you can. And if not, just use the 50 Shades 20 code, which will give you 20% off. So again, that's all I have for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.
Yeah.